Okay, hello everybody, and today we are going to discuss about some important topic, and today's topic is most pressing problem of India, a major problem of India. And you know there are many problems in India like corruption, illiteracy, education, basic sanitation, health system, poverty, pollution, overpopulation, women's safety, infrastructure, unemployment, terrorism, agriculture, flood, politics, drugs, sexual harassment, dowry, climate change. But today, guys, we have to discuss about, according to you, which is the most pressing problem of India, which is the major problem of India. So after observing all these problems, you have to take only one which is major problem according to you. Okay? So one by one, you will introduce yourself, and after introduction, you will tell about your according to you what is the major problem of India. Okay?
Okay, thank you sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity to introduce myself before you. My name is Sunil Kumar. I belong to Kanpur. I have been intermediate from UP board. Now I am pursuing basic first year. In my family, my father name was like Mr. Rajesh Kumar and my mother name was like Mr. Dwivedi. In my spare time, I like to play cricket. I am self-confident and hardworking. I want to join Indian Airforce because it is not only my childhood dream but also offers an excellent career as well as chance to serve my country. So actually my sir has introduced many topics like many problems in India, poverty and corruption and population and some of other rural infrastructure problem and some of other. Then some other problem is main like corruption and population. Population is main problem because population due to population and because our country is second position in population after China and in first position in youth population. But it create many disadvantages in our country like poverty and unemployment and corruption. And it disadvantages. It also has advantage because if many youth is good working in every field, then our country definitely developed. But at last, I want to say the root of any tree is youth. So at last, I want to say what we should use our population in proper way. Like China is a developed country, and we should use our population in proper way.
Good afternoon, gents. I am Sunil and I am from Bana, which is famous for archaeological teacher. I have completed my intermediate from Defence College, from UP board, and now I am pursuing my graduation from National University. My hobbies are playing cricket and reading novels. We are two siblings. My father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker. I want to join Airforce because it's adventurous and it's a respected career as well as to serve nation. Now I would like to come to the topic: most pressing problems facing India. To my view, corruption is one of the major problems which is holding us back from reaching new heights. Corruption is an issue which affects our economy of central, state and many other local agencies. A study conducted in 2005 have discovered the fact that 62% of Indians have first-hand experience, all in order to give drive to get job done. So I think the main cause of corruption is our mentality. So we are the youths of our country and we should take a step forward against corruption. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Dwivedi. I belong to Kanpur Community. Kanpur is famous for leather and textile industrialization. If I talk about my qualification, I have completed my 12th in 2018 and get 78% marks from 12. My hobby is playing cricket, my strength is my parent. I want to join Indian Airforce because it is my passion. I want to serve my nation as a soldier and serve my parent as a son. So now come to my topic. Today my given topic is major problems in India. There are many major problems in India like sexual harassment, women empowerment, corruption, jury system and some other. But in my opinion, pollution is the major problem of India. It is not only India but also all over the world. The main cause of pollution due to our vehicles and many companies and industry emitted a lot of wasteful gases and harmful gases which is mixed into the air and and increases the quantity of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon is 1,000 times lethal than carbon dioxide gas, so it is very harmful for our earth, and it produces many fatal diseases like dengue, malaria, and some other fatal diseases. And our big cities like Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, and Mumbai, in the main causes of pollution, and it helps to increase 20 to 25% pollution in India. 20 to 25% pollution in India. It is, and after all, the India got 80 rank out of 180 country, out of 180 countries. So it is very bad. So it shows very bad condition of India in pollution. So I think if we reduce pollution, then we planted a lot of trees and avoid such vehicle and use public vehicle like train, bus, motorcycle, and some others. And deforestation is the very big problem of pollution. If our government and Supreme Court take strict steps against it, then we stop pollution, and everybody efforts to planting a lot of trees and some other. Thank you.
Next.
Good afternoon, my respected sir and all of my friends. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Kumar. I am from Kanpur, which is famous for leather and textile industry. Now I talk about my family. There are 5 members in my family, including me. My father, who is a farmer, my mother, who is a homemaker. I have 2 siblings. Now I talk about my qualification. I completed 12th from UP Board. Now I am pursuing BSc second year from CSGM University. My hobbies are playing chess, and in free time I like reading newspaper. I want to join Airforce because it's my parents' dream to accomplish his dream, and as well as I think it is the best way to solve on the land. Now I would like to do our topic. Our topic is today we are another most major problem in our India. Most major problem is corruption, terrorism, and unemployment, and other major problem, but terrorism is one of them. Terrorism is a major problem not only in India but also the whole world. Terrorism is a big problem, but I think the main cause of terrorism is poverty, and unemployment is the main cause of terrorism. Because our government should action by terrorism, because by the terrorism common people not to take his right, and by the terrorism many deaths. If I talk about deaths in many colleges and universities between 2010 and 2014, in about approx 150,000 deaths. Of them 80,000 deaths suicide cases by the terrorism. So I want to say that our government should take action rapidly in this case. But our government should also try to reduce terrorism in India. But terrorism is in our country, Pulwama attack and other attacks by the terrorism, and China is supported by terrorism. So and India and China are not good relation. So our government should take action in this situation rapidly.
Okay, then next.
Good afternoon, respected sir, my friends. I am Kumar. I am from Kanpur. I have done my 10+2 from Jain and Vidya College, and I am pursuing graduation from HBDU Kanpur with BTech. My hobbies are playing cricket and reading books. My father is a private worker. My mother is a homemaker. I want to join Indian Air Force because it's my childhood dream. And now I would like to say about the major problems of the India. In my opinion, there are many problems which was faced by the India in nowadays. That are the overpopulation, pollution, poverty, illiteracy, women empowerment, and terrorism, corruption, and lack of basic infrastructure. And in my opinion, overpopulation is the major problem of the India. Because of that, many such problems like poverty and pollution and unemployment, illiteracy is occurred. As we all know that India is a developing country, and for any developing country there is a limited jobs. So it causes many people who are unemployed, and due to the lot of people, the traffic jam is also occurred in India, and that's why all the vehicles smoke also produces the pollution. And as we all know that our India has lots of young peoples due to which the ratio of the teacher per student is very less. So I think that also increases the illiteracy rate in India, and also because of the overpopulation, this is due to the lack of the unemployment jobs, the corruption is also increasing day by day. So I think overpopulation is the major problem of the India. Thank you.
Good, nice.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, my friend. My name is Dwivedi Kumar. I belong to district Eta in UP. I completed my 12th class from UP board in 2019 and secured 81%. Currently, I am pursuing BSc second year from Kanpur University. My father name Sri Sanjeev Kumar, who is a farmer. My mother name Srimati Usha Devi, who is a housewife. My hobby is playing cricket and come on board to become the part of Indian Airforce has been dream of my life since my childhood to accomplish this dream as well as to serve his nation. Today we are going to discussion about the major problems of India. There are so many major problems of India like unemployment, poverty, overpopulation, sexual harassment and terrorism. Terrorism is one of the most problem which is faces not only India but also the world. Nowadays there are so many terrorist activity happens in the world. And what is the means of terrorism? Terrorism means to use of violence to intimidate the public and the government for religious and ideological goals. Impact of terrorism not only India but also world. There are many India's state which are facing the problem of terrorism. If we talk in the Sikh, in Jammu Kashmir, Islamic group are occurred, and in Punjab, Sikh separatist group are, and in Assam, separatist group are, and there are so many major problems behind the terrorism like poverty, unemployment, and lack of education. These are major problems, and unemployment is in my opinion, unemployment can be a major problem because everyone want to money. So India is a second largest populous country, and due to in our country there are not more opportunity for jobs. So people want to money with from easily way. So they involve in anti-social activities, and there are so many terrorist activity in happens our countries like Pulwama attack, Uri attack, and 26/11 attack, and the UNO published a report in which almost 7.5% population of world, in which approximate 2% fatality, global fatality happened due to terrorism, and almost the 608 district of out of 203 countries are very affected from terrorism, and every year in 2012 almost 213 civilians were died in the terrorist activities. So all the governments should make a union and coalition to solve the problem of terrorism.
Good afternoon, friends, and my respectable sir Sunil sir. I am Yogesh Tiwari from non-UP, the city of our great freedom fighter Chandrasekhar Azad. Telling about my family, there are 4 members in my family: my father, my mother, and elder sister. My family is my strength. And telling about my achievements, I can never make such a glorious achievement, but my best ability is that I can make me comfortable in any situation. Now I would like to tell about our country's major problem. As friend, we all know that there are many problems in our country, but in my opinion, the major problem is corruption, because corruption creates many other problems like illiteracy, unemployment, poverty, and many others problems. These problems are totally depend on corruption, because the mean of corruption is to do any work with bribe, and bribe is a very bad thing for our country, because we live in a developing country, and as we all know that every sector, the success of every sector is totally depend on its employees. But from the corruption and with the help of bribe, many bad people are selected in the sector, and the perfect students can't get achieve the job
but many bad people are selected, so that they people creates many problems for their colleague and the sector. That so the success of sector is totally depend on the employees, but from the corruption it doesn't get success. So we try to reduce the rate of corruption, and we can see easily that our government allows many more budget for our children's education, but our politicians doesn't give us total budget, and they give us a small budget for this. Many problems creates in education field. So the literacy rate is increasing from the corruption. In every problem we see that in every problem corruption is involved. So first thing we should reduce our corruption, and if we are successful to reduce our corruption, in my opinion we reduce many problems in our country, and we should try to reduce the corruption. And if we are success in this to reduce the corruption, then we can rapidly grow our country from developing to developed country. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. And my dear friends, I am Ati Saxena. I have done my 12th from JM Badai, and I proceed basic secondary in UBS College, Kanpur. There are 4 family members in my family, including me. My father is a worker, my mother is a homemaker. I have a brother. As far as my address is concerned, I belong to Kanpur. I am amiable, is my Buddhism. In my free time, I like work swapping bazaar. This all over from me. Now I would like to tell you about the topic which has given to me most major problem in our country. India is a developing country, and there are so many problems are happened, just like illiteracy, poverty, less infrastructure, and overpopulation. But in my opinion, overpopulation is the most pressing problem in our country, because India is the second most populated country in the world, and other hand, China is the most populated country in the world. But China has so many lands to establish our industrial area, but India has less land to establish our industry. India has so many population. Then most of the lands are covered by population, not for industry. Then this region is create a unemployment, because less industry are also create a less unemployment. And our late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi also started a plan to vasectomy to control this problem and curb this problem. But our publics are not support this problem, and they refuse and boycott the problem. And also sometimes our late Prime Minister also abandoned for our state. And then India has so many problems, but overpopulation is the root of all the problems, because illiteracy is the main reason to overpopulation is the main reason of illiteracy, because so many people don't go to school and to teach to study ourselves, and because of so many poor person don't go our children to school and not get best study. And overpopulation is also create hygienic problems, because so many wastes are created in all the world, and there are no dumping system in the country, and less infrastructure less infrastructure of traveling, and other buildings are also created by overpopulation, because no lands are provided by any engineer to establish best building in our country. So in my opinion, you want to turn our country developing to develop, then you thought the overpopulation and control the overpopulation.
Okay, next.
Good afternoon, my respected sir and my dear friend. My name is Sunil Patel. I was born and brought up Kasepur. I have done intermediate from UP board. Currently, I have completed graduation from Allahabad University. There are 5 members in my family. My father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker. We are 3 siblings. I want to join Indian Airforce because it's my childhood dream. My hobbies are listening music and reading newspaper. Now I tell about our topic. Today our topic is most pressing problem of our country. In my opinion, our country facing a lot of problems like corruption, terrorism, illiteracy, women empowerment, unemployment, etc. But in my opinion, unemployment is the nowadays unemployment is the main cause of overpopulation and illiteracy and poverty. So nowadays any vacancy comes so but seats are limited and day by day population increasing. So and our government also launched many schemes like make in India. So it's also provide jobs, but people also responsible for unemployment because we see one family more than two children. So it is bad for our country because nowadays our population in second largest population our country. So firstly we control our population, then solve unemployment problem. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir and my friends. My name is Nisha and I am from Kanpur, and I have done my 12th and I am pursuing BA from Sage University. And if I talk about my family, there are 5 members in my family. My father is a private worker and my mother is a homemaker. And if I talk about my hobbies, I like to take photographs in my free time. That's all about me. Now I come to the topic which is given to us. The topic is major problem in India. If I talk about the problem is every country has a lots of problems. But in India, the main problems are also occurred there. There are many problems, but in my opinion, the major problem is poverty. Because poverty depends due to poverty, we call the country developing or developed. If we see any developed country, the poverty rate is very low in that country. But now, in India, now in 2020, the poverty rate is 54.7%, and it is decreased. It is decreased in pandemic time. It is increased in pandemic time because after pandemic, the poverty rate is 44.5%. But it is responsible for lots of things included there, because our government is try to launch a lots of things like Make in India program and also a lots of program in pandemic time, and it is in my thing it is cured in the future. But due to poverty, the rural areas will be increased, because in India the 90% the 67% of the place is covered by the rural areas, and in rural areas the lots of problems are occurred there, because due to poverty there is no there is education problem and unemployment problem, and due to and child labor increased, and also many problems are due to poverty. And in my opinion, the solution is poverty is our government should try to launch their things which is now happened. We appeared from to other countries. If we saw the developed country, there is a lots of privatization. Privatization is occurred, and our government should try to privatization in any sectors, because due to privatization we get a lots of benefit of the government, because our government should get benefits due to privatization, and the poverty level will be decreased due to privatization. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, sir. And my name is Dwivedi. I belong to Kartik. My father's name is Dwivedi, and he is a doctor. My mother's name is Dwivedi. She is also. I have completed my intermediate exam from ICM Inter College with 88% mark, and I have one elder brother and one younger sister. And my hobby is to play game, and I want to join Indian Air Force because of the uniform of Airforce is much better. And I am very glad that I got a lots of the topic, and there are lots of the problem in India, and according to my ideology, unemployment is a major issue of India, because if you are going anywhere and if you are going anyone house, they first of all they ask you to what are you doing, and because of unemployment, there are lots of the people who are getting frustrated and financial, and there are lots of the actually unemployment is that problem. There are lots of the people have lot of literacy and lot of the but because of the unemployment, they have no job, and they are getting and frustrated in our life. And first of all, we should what is the reason behind it? Actually, digitalization is a main issue of unemployment, because Indian government makes lots of things digitalization, and there are lots of the work who are doing by the mobile phone and computers. So this computer and mobile phones are snatching the job of the people, and most of the time they are not do any job, so they are depressed for our life. And second thing is technology. There are lots of the machines are invented, and there are lots of the machine launched in day by day, and there are some of the people who have no work to do in any market, and so they can't do any work. Third problem is there are lots of the rural areas and they are not allowed to do any job of women, because they are so they are lack of knowledge in their life. And fourth is the education system, because there are a lot of the education institute and education schools, they are totally teach about the how to pass the exam. They never ever teach how to survive the life, how to earn money. So there are lots of the education for. And first of all, we should think about the advantage of unemployment and disadvantage of unemployment, because there are lots of the people who are nothing in their life, and we say that empty mind is the evil of life, because there are lots of the people who there are no job, so they are doing lots of the crime, and there are lots of the bad work. Actually, there are lots of the people who are getting frustrated and do suicide because of unemployment. They are doing crime, and because of the unemployment, crime are getting increased day by day. So there are lots of the people who are not have money. So actually, money is everything. And if you have no money, then you have no courageousness to do any work. So thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, sir, and my friends. My name is Sunil. I belong to Uttar Pradesh. I have attended from Uttar Pradesh. Now I am pursuing my education from CSG University. There are 4 members in my family, including me, my parents, and my younger brothers. My hobbies are playing cricket. I would like to join Indian Airforce because it's my childhood dream, and also inspired by my friend who is in this field. Now I want to tell about major problems in India. There are many major problems in India, like population. Others. What I want to tell about is lack of infrastructure in India. As we know that our country is a developing country, and we do not have the proper infrastructure of anything like health road and others sectors. If you take example of health sector, due to lack of infrastructure of in health sector, we in a report every year 2 lakhs people are dead, and due to lack of infrastructure in roads and transportation, many accidents are occurred in India, and many numbers of people are dead in every year. Due to lack of infrastructure in rural areas in the education system, many children are not due proper education. If there is a good infrastructure of any education schools, then there is a high risk. That's why there is no proper education in that school. If there are many examples of infrastructure, if government also try to give good infrastructure in every sector, but in tender persons also giving bribe in years past that tender and making the not long life infrastructure. That's why now one time in Ghaziabad, Muradabad buildings also collide, and 25% also dead. That's due to bribe of engineers.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Hitesh Kumar. I am from Uttar Pradesh, which is famous for its leather and textile industry. In my education, I have completed intermediate from UP board, and now I am pursuing graduation. My family consists of 5 members, including me. And my hobbies are playing cricket and listening music. And and I want to join Indian Air Force because it provides me many opportunities and adventures life, and also it is a respect to our society. Friends, today our topic is most problems of our country. Friends, there are many types of problems our country faces, like terrorism, poverty, sexual harassment, dowry, climate change, pollution, etc. But the pollution is the problem which is not only in our country but also the whole world. Friends, there are many types of pollution: soil, water, air, and sound pollution. If we talk about air pollution increasing day by day. There are many causes of increasing air pollution, like increasing number of automobiles and stubble burning and overpopulation and deforestation is the main cause of. The greenhouse gases also affect the population, increasing population, because many in the factories to produce the energy, coal and natural gases and oils are used. So if we want to reduce these problems, we should use non-conventional source of energy, and we should encourage forestation system, and also we should use government transportation system, and if we talk about water pollution, many plastic waste are mixed in the seas, and this will create many problems for marine life, and also as well as domestic animals. And domestic animals are many domestic animals are dying with eating solid waste and plastic waste. So plastic waste should be used to produce electricity in our country, and we should use electric vehicle if we want to reduce the pollution problem. But we cannot deny the fact that electric vehicles are expensive, but it is a one-time investment, and this will reduce the spend on which we spend on diesel and petrol, and we should encourage forestation. Thanks.
Okay. After listening, thank you very much to all of you, as you have put your valuable views on the major problems of India. As you know that our country is a developing country, and it is the second most populous country of the world, and as our country has many major problems, as you have put your separate views about that. Now for 10 minutes we will discuss about the topic. Okay, start.
As we all know that India is the second largest population.
We already said that the one of the major problem is population, because every problem is connected to population. If you see in many problems in our country, like unemployment, because the number of candidates increase, unemployment also increase, and pollution. If the number of candidates increase, they use a lot of vehicles and some other resources, then pollution increase, and
Okay, friend, I want to add some another issues, because in previous time I discussed the poverty of India, but now I choose a point dowry system, because in India dowry system is very, it is a like culture nowadays, because in ancient time the dowry system is very high, and the most of the people of India is thinking that dowry is necessary, because in the ancient time the thinking of the people is like is backward type, because a lot of people who think that without dowry the woman is nothing, and the respect of woman is only depends on dowry, because how they get you dowry, then women they respect only that things. In India nowadays it is covered, it is cured, because in urban areas the dowry system will be decreased, but in rural areas now dowry system is happened nowadays.
With each other. If we now I take about topic of.
In my point of view, overpopulation is the reason of all the problem, because overpopulation is the reason of less land, and less land is the reason of less industrial area, and this is create unemployment, and unemployment is the reason of started corruption, and our politician is also start a corruption in unemployment, because they employment of those persons who are using our mind in bad areas, and unemployment is a reason of terrorism, because many
Yes, friend, I am agree with you. I want to add more points that due to the overpopulation, because we have a limited source of energy, that is a renewable source. So I think no, that is non-renewable source.
Yes, friend.
We are mining the coal and petroleum from the earth, and this causes a large natural disasters, and there is a change in the there is a climate change also occurs due to that, and also there are many problems which are faced by the people because of that overpopulation. The number, as we all know, that we have a limited stock of the jobs in any country. There is a limited jobs, but there are more or less jobs. There are number of candidates who are applied for that job is increasing day by day, and that also implemented corruption in that area, and also because of the major population, everyone wants to live in a safe home. So due to that, they want to cut the trees because of that, and as you all know that our land is only small, deforestation is also happened, and due to that pollution is happened.
Poverty and that is overpopulation, but unemployment is a major issue, because poverty come from employment. Because if any youth and any person can't earn any money, how can he get rich? How can he reduce the level of poverty? So there are the major issue of unemployment, because unemployment is like a curse of youth, because if any youth and any young man wants to increase the name and fame in our life, and there are lots of the people who are claimed the Indian government, because they have no any vacancy, and if any vacancy are increased, so because of corruption there are lots of the people who are purchased that seats. So because of the corruption there are lots of the unemployment, because our people have not said some people want to reach and some people want to show their power in our country. So it is main problem. If people change their mentality, then our country developed. And if they want to reduce population, then they solve the problem. And pollution also they solve. And some other problem and poverty and health system, because due to a lot of population, health system is also increased.
Poverty is increasing day by day, and also terrorism is also increasing, because government are not able to provide jobs and due to overpopulation for every person, and this create terrorism, because terrorism also increase because of lack of education and lack of unemployment. And the problem of unemployment is also increasing day by day because of overpopulation. So the government should create employment for.
Yes, I agree not that, but my idea is different. You said that unemployment is a major, overpopulation is a major problem of our country. So we saw that China is developed country, and it is also high number of compared to our country. Yes, so in my opinion, the infrastructure of our country is very poor. So government should try to maintain a good infrastructure and maintain some other facilities for the position of India is.
We saw that China is the first populated country, but China is in internationally very high in comparison to our country. So in my opinion, corruption is the best.
Because China use its popular in proper way, but in our country, due to corruption and unemployment, population is a main problem in our country.
Because there are so many schemes launched by the government of India. So the corrupted politicians and many people take the benefit of these schemes. They are not provided the other people. So the condition of the poverty line decreases as day by day. And there are so many in the corruptions. The Indian national wealth also
Yes, I agree with you. As you said that our politician is corruptive, but we cannot say that only politician, officers and riches are corruptive. Corruption is produced around can see around daily activities and in the poor and middle class family also. So we should reduce the corruption in our which we can use in the daily activities and so.
I we all know that the major problem in our India child marriage because child marriage is increasing day by day and child marriage is a serious problem. I think the main cause of poverty and unemployment is the increasing child marriage, but literacy the main cause of child marriage because for example instead of many studies literate but child marriage increasing day by day. So take action in this situation because many parents have to build it up to better than many.
India is a developing country, so nowadays our country facing many problems like unemployment, overpopulation and pollution. So pollution is the main cause of nowadays, not only facing our country but also the whole world because we see many farmers use many pesticide and fertilizers. So farmers are also responsible for pollution and overpopulation also responsible pollution.
Yes, friend, I totally agree with you. But I want to add a more point. Population is a very main cause for our country. Our country has a 28 state and the number of states, 22 states are totally covered by the population. And the major state like Delhi, Mumbai, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, which is totally have covered by the population, overpopulation. So that's the reason why the pollution is increased, and also the number of vehicle is increased day by day because all one has a private vehicle, and due to private vehicle the pollution will be increased day by day.
I agree. Urbanization is increasing day by day. So the process of deforestation is increased. So this creates the problem of increasing population.
Nowadays, crime against women also main problem of our country. Nowadays we see many problems like rape case and UTG. So our government launched many rules, but mostly women are not aware for their
yes, friend. But I want to add a more point because not all depends with the government. It is also our responsibility. The child harassment and the sexual activities is done because a lack of sex education. If sex education is compulsory for any sector, then the number of sexual activities and harassment problems for the women will be decreased. It is not the work of the government, but the mentality of the backward thinking of persons. And if we are respect the girls of our house, then the number of the harassment and the other things will be decreased.
So you are perfectly right and
I agree. India India, Make in India, by which the basic necessity of like education and healthcare will be improved, and government also spend almost 20,000 crore rupees on the farmers and also healthcare. In this way, the condition of basic necessity thing of our country will be improved.
I agree with my friend Phaes. As all my friends give their views, many proceeding problems of India, like sexual harassment, women empowerment, overpopulation, pollution, and some others. And if we want to solve all problems, then we follow our Supreme Court and our government rules, and we are self effort to solve in this problem. As our government launched,
I appreciate my friends. We discuss about lots of the people, but we do not discover literacy, because every foundation, everything is increased from the literacy. Yeah, either that is unemployment, either that is population, either that is the education system. Because if you are educated, then you have knowledge about everything, and either that is health, either that is sport. And there are lots of the people who have no literacy, so they are thinking about the negative thing, and they are thinking about the much less good thing, and they never ever think about the far better thing. So there are lots of education is a main problem of our India.
Decrease the literacy rate in our national education policy. The 2020, the 100% education equivalent also in this field.
As one of my friends mentioned, that education, that overpopulation is one of the major problems which is holding us back from being a developed country. And overpopulation is an issue which generates many other problems like that education problem, poverty, and unemployment, and infrastructure. But if we talk about the
yes, pollution is a major problem in our country, but our government also tries to reduce the pollution as many schemes launched. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and other schemes are vehicle is the most
in a nutshell,
vehicle is the most cause of pollution, and our government Act 2030 electric vehicle also launched, and electric vehicle government reported electric vehicle also has been 37% carbon emission, and it is also helping climate change.
In a nutshell, I conclude my part. What I say, the poverty and the sexual harassment and the uneducation and the infrastructure of India, all is totally depend on. It is not totally depend on government. It is our responsibility. What we have done and what we are doing in our future. And if we want to bright our future, then if we cured ourselves and if we done good things due to other people, then our India is being developed very soon.
I want to say that there are major Ramchan who already said that this is not our responsibility to increase the name of and fame of. Actually, this is not the responsibility of our government to increase the name and fame of India. It is our responsibility to increase the name and fame of our India, because there are the illiteracy and there are lots of the people. Actually, you have purchased any car, but you have no knowledge to how to ride the bus. So this is the major problem of India. So literacy is a major problem of India.
Yes, at last I want to conclude my part. There are many problems in India, and many problems are correlated with each other. But blaming others should need to implement us.
It is up to us that how can we eradicate these problems, and government has taken many steps to eradicate these problems, but it is up to we have to change our mindset, and we have to come in front to eradicate this type of problems. And I think to develop our country, the youth of our country should take a step ahead for solve these problems.
Yes, friend. I would like to conclude. My all friends give a healthy and good discussion, and my all friends opinion it realized that one of the major problem is population, because some of other problem is connected to population, and it makes our responsibility to support every policy, and it makes our responsibility to change our mentality and we should do every work in good way, not up to the mark, and it also happen in our country implemented in governments, because governments is not do every work in proper way, and government should do every work in proper way.
Yes, there are many problems in our country, but the main problem is our mentality. So first we should clean up our mentality.
That's what I want to conclude. Literacy rate should be improved. If we want to overcome many problems like poverty, unemployment, sexual harassment, and many more. Because if we educate our youth and our people, so these problems should be minimized.
At that time, there are many major problems in our India, but this is not only responsibility for our government, but this is responsibility for us. We can not establish this problem, but we can reduce this problem.
At last, if you want to have bright future, and then to support the government's plan and to set up the mindset, to clean the mindset, and then correct the problem.
At last, I want to conclude my part that government has already done many schemes for the demolishing these problems. But we are the youth of our country. We should also take some step against these are serious problems.
And finally, I want to say that our government launched many schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, women empowerment. So it is very good to increase women empowerment and other many schemes like Make in India, Swachh Bharat, Startup India, and some other. It will help to reduce unemployment problem. So it is good, and all people of India following this rule.
Okay, thank you very much to all of you. And as you are young boys and you are the future of India, and I am very happy after listening your valuable views that you are thinking so much about your country, and as you express your views about the different major problems of India. But in my opinion, in present times, there are two current problems of India. First is the coronavirus, and second is the land bill, for which farmers are protesting in New Delhi for many days. And finally, I want to say that so there are many problems in India. I think if we say that India is a bundle of problems, it is not wrong. But in my opinion, there are two basic problems of India. First is the overpopulation, and second is the corruption. We can say that overpopulation is second problem, because if we compare our population with China, China is more than us, but still they are a developed country. For that, you can say the reason that they have so many land. That's why they have good infrastructure. They have so many lands for making many factories, many industries. That's why they are developing. They are a developed country. But second thing, the biggest problem of our country is corruption. I think corruption is the root cause of many problems. Though there are many honest leaders in our country, like we can say our honorable Prime Minister, we can say he is an honest person, but only if one person is honest and the rest of the persons are not honest, they are corrupt. How one person can deal the others, dishonest person, other corrupt persons. And you know that our Prime Minister has launched many schemes, many plans, but most of the plans have been failed due to this corruption. For example, you can say that demonetization. Demonetization was the biggest step taken by the honorable Prime Minister, but that was not successful due to this corruption. So I think there are many schemes, there are many plans, there are many acts which are launched by our government, but they are not successful due to this corruption. So I think India is lagging behind in the step of developed country because of corruption. So if we want to improve our country, if we want to make a developed country, if we want to make our country free from the corruptions, we should be honest. We should first remove corruption from our country.